The basketball addicts are back at it. It's time to break down the moves the Clippers just made. Born ready, Lance Stephenson, one of the hottest players when it came time for free agency at the end of last regular season. Give him about a month in his tenure in Charlotte, and he was one of the least desired players in the entire league. Well, Matt Barnes, Spencer Hawes, and all of your money and extra years on that horrible contract that Glenn Dock gave you, you're off. And Lance, you are now a Clipper. First question, is this the right move? Is this the move that will take the Clippers that further step? Oh, wait, I see grimacing on the face of Ill Will Strickland.
How is this even news? Lance Stephenson is big news?
It's not news?
Stop playing. Lance Stephenson is not that business right now. First and foremost, he was not one of the hottest in the offseason.
He was one of the hottest free agents.
9 years and $27 million. He didn't get what he wanted.
He didn't get what he wanted, but he was hot.
Larry Bird and the Indiana Pacers actually offered him more. Yep. And he went somewhere else because his ego was in the way. Somebody speaking in his ear, Lance, you're the man. You're the man.
It was then he went the whole of Coney Island.
Then he went to Charlotte and poisoned them. He's going to poison the Clippers too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, first of all, I love how you call him Glenn Doc Rivers. Do you know in Philadelphia, they just call him Glenn Rivers?
Yeah.
Because there's only one Doc.
No disrespect.
And it would be disrespectful.
Yeah.
He's not going to poison the Clippers because
they're already poisoned.
Doc Rivers isn't going to let that happen. And Lance hopefully has learned his lesson here. I am not a fan of Lance Stephenson at all, but I don't think his act is going to play under Doc Rivers. And if he does act up, they're going to cut him right away.
Larry Joe Bird couldn't keep it in check. How was Doc Rivers going
to wasn't there every day.
Hold on, wait. This is a team that's very veteran when you talk about Chris Paul as the set leader. Doc Rivers, Glenn Doc Rivers, a very well-established coach who's won championships. There's a strong culture there, despite what we hear about Chris Paul and DeAndre. So do you believe that Doc can be the guy to kind of give that father figure stability to Lance and he can kind of recreate himself?
No question, because what's the greatest motivator? Minutes.
Yes.
So Lance, you were called the 8th grader. That was his nickname before Born Ready for a reason, because at the 8th grade, you went to Rucker and showed out. You're also called the 8th grader because sometimes you act like an 8th grader.
No doubt.
So if you put in work, you're going to get minutes and you're going to have wide open shots. If you don't, you're going to sit and watch Jamal Crawford take your minutes. So you decide if you want to close games. So I think that alone has Lance in check. And when the Pacers were the most dangerous, Lance had the ball in his hands.
All right.
PJ.
Not Chris Paul, a dominant point guard. He can't play in the
when the Pacers were pushing the Heat, Lance was facilitating for everyone.
And who was their point guard?
He played point at times.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't George Hill.
Okay.
Chris Paul's not George Hill.
That's true. Here's another thing I want to throw out here. Signing Lance Stephenson's, on paper it looks good, but does this help them in their courting of DeAndre for a long-term deal, especially with
no. There's only one thing that's going to matter with DeAndre, and that's the cash. If they can't give him what he thinks he's worth, he's going to leave.
Well, it does help them then, because it saves them money.
Well, then,
Spencer's money comes off the books.
In that case, if they can get to the number, then it's going to be. I think it's going to be an easy sell. But if DeAndre thinks there's more money elsewhere, he's going to go for that. Is
DeAndre going for long-term money right now, or is he going for a short deal right now?
I think he has to take a long-term big money deal right now.
Yeah, okay. He's not that guy.
Let's flip sides on this trade then. What is Charlotte doing?
Charlotte's getting rid of a cancer for their team.
They also took out Spencer Hawes' contract and his ability to play.
Who knows if they waive him or not? I don't know.
That's a lot of money to waive, and a lot of it is guaranteed.
They might end up eating that money anyway because of poor management. I like Rich Cho there. I like him. He's done a great job with what they have, and they were a playoff team last year. They bring in Lance, according to a mini, against Cho's wishes. That's a whole nother conversation with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But they brought him in.
You have these middle names.
Sorry, it's just what I do. But what I'm saying is that I think they were a solid team, and I thought they were on a great path. We'll see what they have with a full season of Kemba.
You thought the draft. You thought the Hornets were solid?
I thought they were solid.
2 years ago they were.
Exactly. Al Jefferson. They had a solid core.
You guys are going to think
there's no shooting on that team. There's no shooting on that team.
Spencer Hawes can be productive.
Watching Charlotte play offense is like watching other teams play defense because they pack the paint. There is no one on the three-point line. They can't shoot.
They don't have shooters. No, they don't. All right. Maybe they'll get one.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. We saved about a minute and a half for the last segment, so it'll be fast. That means Dan and Will can't talk. So me and Donovan will be back for the fourth and final segment of the Hangout. This is it, guys. This is the season finale. Oh my gosh. We'll be back with more basketball. We got to talk about the Denver Nuggets, unfortunately, but we won't do it for too long. Have they solved their coaching search? I don't know, man. They'll still be searching in 2 years again. Hangout!